The twin experiments were one of many genocides in the Holocaust. Joseph Mengele was an officer and physician in the Auschwitz camps. He was the leader of the twin experiments that killed around 2,750 twins. Joseph was born on March 16, 1911, and died on February 7, 1979. He got his PhD in 1935 and studied in physical anthropology. His purpose for the twin experiments was to create humans that had blonde hair and blue eyes at a faster rate. To accomplish this, they had to take 1,000 sets of twins away from their families who were left to die in the gas chambers. Some of the horrible experiments Mengele performed on the twins include surgeries without anesthesia, transfusions of blood from one twin to another, isolation endurance, injections with lethal germs, sex change operations, the removal of organs and limbs, and injecting chemicals in their eyes to see if it would change their eye color. Eva Kor, one of the most famous survivors of the twin experiments, was born on January 31st, 1934, and is still alive today. They were only 10 years old when they were taken away from their families in March of 1944, but some of the ages ranged as low as 5 and 6. Eva and her now deceased twin Miriam were used in many experiments, including deadly injections. After one of those injections, Eva got very sick and was taken to the hospital.
Next morning, Mengele came in with 4 other doctors. He never ever examined me, just looked at my fever chart, and then he declared, laughing sarcastically, saying, "Too bad, she's so young, she has only 2 weeks to live."
The camps were located in Auschwitz, Poland. Auschwitz was not only one camp, but was divided into 3 camps, all used for different purposes: a prison camp, an extermination camp, and a slave labor camp. When people first arrived at the camps, they were dropped off on a little strip of land called the selection platform.
The selection platform. In my opinion, there is no other strip of land like the selection platform, measuring 85 feet long by 35 feet wide, that witnessed as many millions of people being ripped apart from their families forever.
The twins had to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and sat outside of their barracks for roll call. After roll call, Joseph would show up every morning and inspect them. Some of the children did not fear him and in fact called him Uncle Mengele. Joseph would even call the twins his children. Supposedly, Mengele would come in with pockets full of candy and chocolates and even play with the children in the mornings for inspection. The twins had some of the best conditions in Auschwitz, except when they started the experiments. Every day, the twins would have their blood drawn and exact measurements of their bodies were taken. Drops or injections would be put in the eyes of some of the twins and would often cause severe pain, infections, and temporary or even permanent blindness. Some of the surgeries that were performed without anesthesia were organ removal, castration, and amputation. Most of the twins' final experiments were death. Mengele would often kill some of the twins with a needle to the heart and then inject chloroform and phenol into their body, which would cause almost immediate blood coagulation and death. Immediately after their death, Mengele would do an autopsy of their body and other times would send their organs, eyes, blood, and tissue to further examination.
Because of their race, Jews were targeted by Hitler. We are still not sure why Hitler hated Jews so much. If you ask 100 different people why he hated Jews so much, you would get 100 different answers because no one really knows why he hated them so much. Some of the reasons could have been religious conflict, Jewish economic power, and biological differences. When World War I started in 1914, most of the financial institutions, banks, and large companies were run and controlled by the Jewish. Hitler blamed Jewish people for the economic problems. Many Germans agreed with Hitler and wanted to extract all the Jews. Today, people are still trying to figure out why Nazis hate Jewish people. There is a conspiracy theory that Hitler believed that the Jewish had a plan and were trying to take control over the world and backstab Germans whenever they had the chance.
The compromise was that some people forgave Joseph Mengele for his horrible actions and some people never looked back on the experience.
But of course, these are only speculations. No one will ever know what actually happened.
We can all agree that the Holocaust was a horrible mass murder of 6 million Jews.
But the main question is why? Why did Hitler hate Jews so much? How did they have the hearts to do experiments and kill all those innocent children? We will never know why or how, but to this day many people still wonder.